After starting the season with a record of 6 wins and 1 loss, Mount Vernon took on rival White Plains in its first league road game. A 20-point Mount Vernon lead evaporated to 6 in the third quarter. That's when Sherrod took over. The senior scored 13 consecutive points, and Mount Vernon won 73-57.
I don't have the formula. I can't tell you. I can't make this right. If this was a car coming into my auto shop, I'd say, I don't know, bring it in. I'll wash the car or something. I put air freshener in there. I don't know. But I'm telling you, anybody that watched this game today will not fear Mount Vernon.
The man in charge of the Knights is 15th-year head coach Bob Cimino. Since starting his career in 1994, Cimino has won 9 Section 1 championships. 82 of the 85 seniors who have played for him have gone on to college. He said he didn't feel any extra pressure this year because of the fundraising.
Money has nothing to do with how hard they play. They're just great kids. We might not always play well, but we always play hard, and every season has its own little history, and we're looking to make ours right now.
And when the Knights traveled to rival New Rochelle on January 30th, they carried an 11-2 record, with both losses coming against out-of-state teams. But this would be their biggest in-state test. The game was tight early, and Mount Vernon led by a point at halftime.
If you guys think you're going to win it, and again, lack of sarcasm, I'm not trying to be sarcastic, because we have prettier uniforms, it's not going to happen. It's old school basketball that wins in rivalries.
But the game started to slip away in the second half.
People though, all they're doing is spreading us out, and they're counting on us not to get there. Antoine Mason.
Mount Vernon foul, Jabari Hines.
Final score, your New Rochelle Huguenots 82, the Mount Vernon Knights 76.
Threatened to end his career.
And this is the other chapter that we're going to read a year or two from now. What this team is made of. Are we going to a shell, or do we fight from here on for everything, with everyone, until we get what we want?
It's like a reality check that we're not as good as we think we are. This makes us push us harder for practice and for the next games.
After the loss, Mount Vernon faced its toughest stretch of its schedule. In 9 days, the Knights would play 5 games, including a rematch against New Rochelle at Mount Vernon. The stretch would define the Knights' season. First, they had to regroup.
I'm not going to lie. In some ways, I'm a little disappointed with the way the team has played in a lot of stretches. A lot of times I've left games this season watching Mount Vernon play and felt that it was, and I hate using the word, but lazy, kind of careless. And I say to myself, this is the same bunch of kids that almost didn't have basketball, and it's sometimes, at some points, look like they're taking basketball for granted.
Throws a loop over their hands while hoping that O'Dane's left hand can tip it back. That's what we're hoping for. We're really denying the ball back.
13. Nice up there. 1, 2, 3.
Nice!
Once Mount Vernon, this clicks, and it can click this week, it can click right before the playoffs, it can click in the first round of the playoffs, that nothing's going to be handed to them, that they have to go out there and they have to take championships the way teams in the past did. I think then they can go on a run, and they could win everything. They could beat the teams from the section, they can win the state championship, then they can win the Federation championship.
After the New Rochelle loss, Mount Vernon won its next 2 games, before a rematch against the Huguenots at Mount Vernon 1 week later. But the second meeting with New Rochelle didn't start much differently than the first one ended, and Mount Vernon trailed by 11 points at halftime.
This is a gut check. It's going to hurt if we don't come back in the second half, but I'll tell you, everything will be realigned and you'll be better because there'll be a lot lower expectations for us. It'll come to the point where we just realize we're just not that good.
The crowd was energized as the second half began, and the Knights answered Cimino's challenge and defeated the Huguenots by 15 points. Kadeem played a big role in the win, as the senior was beginning to play like he did before his accident. The Knights built upon the momentum of the New Rochelle victory by winning 5 straight games to end the regular season. They opened the playoffs with a 97-52 win over Roosevelt. Cimino was exuberant as the Knights continued their postseason run.
Good day. It was a good day overall.